What is Pinterest? Well, basically it's a picture bookmarking site, and I'll be giving you some demos. I'm Neil Walters with neilsvideos.com, and here on the screen I have Pinterest.com open, and I already have an account with them. I have not used it a lot, but it's one of the things that I'm going to start focusing on in the next few months to come. So when you first come here, you're going to see various pictures, and these will either be totally generic or they will be related to different topics you've selected. So in the past, I've selected 2 or 3 topics related to architecture, science, and I think men's style, and a couple other things. So matter of fact, let me just show you what, well, first of all, I want to show you what happens as a browser. If you're just on Pinterest browsing, how does it work? Like here's a little electronic gadget, and you want to know what it's about, you just click on it. And it expands it, gives you the larger version of it. And then you can see this is actually a product from Amazon.com. And so someone has posted it, and they must be a product they like or something, right? So let me go back to the main page again. Let's look at, for example, here, this is like a how to make a desk corner in your home or something. 12 modern interior colors and decorating ideas, whatever. And if you want to read more about that, again, you can click on it. And now what it does, it actually takes you to the website where that picture came from. And so what people do is when they're going through the web and they see something they like, they can pin it. And they pin it to their Pinterest site, and they place it on what's called a board. And that's the kind of things we're going to talk about in this video demo. So now let's go back to my site here. And first, let's scroll to the top. I actually have to go back one screen first. And when you see your name here, your profile, I'm going to click on that. And this is my Pinterest information. So here, you can see my name and whatever information I put to share about myself. And so far, I've created one board. I did this probably 8 months to a year ago or more, and I haven't really touched it much lately. So it's something, again, I'm planning on using it a lot more in the months to come. You can follow other people, and you can see who you're following. So based on who you're following, that's what's going to show up on your homepage when you log on to Pinterest. So let me show you under following. You can follow a topic, which is a broad category like science and psychology, or you can follow a person, what's called a pinner, a person who makes pins. And so I've showed that I want to follow Gentleman's Quarterly Magazine, Architecture Digest, and so on. And then you can also follow specific boards. So a person might have 5 or 10 boards under their personal account, and those topics might be widely different. And so maybe you're only interested in one of their boards, not all of their boards. And so as you scroll down here, you can see some of the boards that I've chosen. Okay, so that's how you define what shows up on your first page. So first of all, again, you can use this as a tool just to find and read about interesting pictures. So when you go to your home page, I'm just going to change the browser URL back to Pinterest.com. In theory, these are things that you'll be interested in. And now, I don't know, it may have a learning mode so that, like the other day, I was doing a practice video for this one, and I picked pyramids. And I have a feeling that's why these pyramids are showing up on my homepage now. So it may be like kind of like spying on you and trying to learn what you like so it can give you more of what you like, basically. Kind of like that artificial intelligence idea. Okay, so I'm browsing through here. These are just, again, they're not random, but they're based on topics that I've selected. See, there's another pyramid one. Okay, so now let's say you want to look for a picture. Now I want to show you how this compares to Google Images. So I'm going to open here images.google.com, and I'm going to use pyramids again just because that's kind of interesting. So if you type in pyramids here on Google, these are just various websites that Google has gone out, and they have a search engine, a robot. It's called a crawler, and it will crawl all these different sites on the internet. And then based on how many backlinks those sites have and how popular those websites are with the statistics, Google will try to determine then which of these pyramids are most interesting to you, and then they will show you the pictures of pyramids based on whatever factors they choose. Now, if you go to Pinterest and type in pyramids, these are going to be blog posts that have pictures of pyramids on them typically. And these are going to be posts that people have pinned. So you have other people on Pinterest that are out there pinning things they like. Now you might consider a pin sort of like a bookmark, except it also has a picture. Like in the past, you may have used Delicious or Google Bookmarks or the bookmarks built into your browser. and you're on some page and you want to come back to it later, or you find it's interesting, you can bookmark it. Well, now you can basically bookmark that website on Pinterest, and not only are you booking the website, you're booking one picture from that website. And so here are some example pictures of pyramids. Now I could be more specific. I could say Egyptian pyramids or South American pyramids, for instance. Okay, and now if there's some of these that I find interesting, like here's one that says Crystal Pyramid under the Bermuda Triangle or whatever. So what I could do is I could share that with my followers. So like here, I can repin it. So I'm going to click pin it. And now here are all the boards that I have. So I don't know if I showed you this, but if I didn't, I'm going to. Right now I have only one board called Retire Earlier. And that pyramid doesn't seem to fit on that board. So I'm going to create a new board, and I'm going to call it like Pyramids and UFOs or something like that, or just pyramids. So I'm going to create the new board, and at the same time, it's going to take this picture, the words under this picture here, or I can actually change them. Like, I don't know why they have those plus signs there. So I want to take out all those kind of like little plus signs. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. And now I'm going to say create, and it'll do the pin. And now it's done. It says saved to pyramids. And now I'm going to do the same thing on another website. So I'm going to go to Google here, and I'm going to type in a query to find the tool to plug into my browser. Right now I'm in the Chrome browser. So I'm going to say Pinterest plugin for Chrome. And there it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this little tool, and we're going to say add to Chrome. And this is the icon, of course, the logo for Pinterest, and we're going to add that extension to the Chrome browser. And now you're going to see it appear in your window like this. Now, I loaded a while ago one of my websites. I have a Hebrew website, and on it I have a Hebrew letter chart. And so say I want to pin this chart. So now I'm on the web page already. I'm just going to click this new little icon called Pin It. And of course, you have to be logged on to Pinterest before you do this. But even if you're on a different browser window, as long as you're in the same browser, Chrome here, it knows that I'm logged on, and it has access to my Pinterest account. And so now it's showing me all the different pictures on this web page, and I choose the one that I want to pin. So this is the most important one. It's the letters of the Hebrew alphabet, and I'm going to click pin it. And now it comes up and says, again, here's the picture, and I want to add the word Hebrew letter chart. Okay. And then I'm going to say, I obviously didn't fit under pyramid, so I'm going to have to create another board. And the name of my website is HebrewResources.com, so I'm going to call this new board just Hebrew Resources. And I'm going to create that. And now it's giving me just other ideas of things I might want to follow or pin, but we're not really interested in that. And now I'm going to do the same thing again. I want to pin the other chart on this page, like maybe this one. And now, see, it's going to show all your existing boards. So I guess if you had 50 or 100 boards, you'd have to scroll a lot here. But most people, I'm guessing, will probably have anywhere from 3 to 12, maybe 20 boards at the most, unless you really subcategorize everything many different ways. So here I'm going to click Hebrew Resources, pin it, and we're done. And now I'm going to go back over here, and I want to show you how the URLs are built. So if I just go to Pinterest.com, first of all, again, that's kind of like my home page. In Facebook, they call that a feed, and it's kind of the same thing in Pinterest. The feed is just like if you're just bored and you want to start browsing and look at interesting pictures, you go to your feed. Then if you click on your name, it's going to say Pinterest.com/your username. And mine is Neil Walters, if you want to follow me. And then here are all the boards you have. So here's my Retire Earlier, my Pyramids board, and now my Hebrew Resources board. And now let's say I click on Hebrew Resources. And now notice the URL, it's Pinterest.com/Neil Walters/Hebrew Resources. So I could actually go back to my Hebrew website now, and I could put a link and say, this is my Pinterest board for other people who want to, some people are more picture oriented, right? So I could give them a link to get over here to Pinterest, basically. So let's recap how you can use this. First of all, you can use it as a bookmarking tool. As you go through websites throughout the internet, you can click this little pin button up here. There's one for Firefox and probably Internet Explorer as well. And you can basically pin that page, and then you can put it on one of your boards. And for example, some people organize their boards like wish list. These are things I want to buy, or cool. Maybe you're going to remodel a room in your house, and you're saying, okay, I want to build a deck, a sun deck or something. So as you're going through the web looking at sun decks, every time you find a real cool one you like, you pin it and you put it in your sun deck board. And then later you can get together with your spouse or your family and you can say, look, these are all the pictures I found for sun decks, and you could discuss them and then narrow down which one it is that you want to build. So that's one use of Pinterest. The other use I already showed is you're just doing maybe research. Like I like things like Hebrew, Sumerian, ancient alphabets, things like that. So you can come and you can just look for Sumerian. And so instead of going to Google and looking at Sumerian, you can come here and you can find interesting pictures that people have pinned. And you might find articles that you want to go read, or you just might want to enjoy the pretty pictures. You know, it's kind of like whatever you want to do with it, right? And then the third thing you might want to do with it is you might want to use it for marketing. So again, under here, for instance, I have a website called retirewithneil.com, which has to do with people who want to earn extra money part-time and retire earlier. So the concept when you're marketing is you don't want to be spammy and say like, buy this, click this all the time. You don't want to like always bring people to your website. So what I did when I first set this board up is I found various interesting sites and sayings and memes and proverbs and stuff about money and success and business, and I've been posting those. So a general rule of thumb is that you should only post like a link to your site or a kind of like a make money type of link, only maybe 1 out of 5 posts. So you should give value. You should go out there and, you know, if you want to build a list, or what Dan Kennedy calls build a herd of followers, you have to give those followers something of interest. So they don't want to just come to your board and say, see, buy this, buy this, buy this. They want to see new and interesting things they haven't seen before, or they want to learn something. They want you to teach them. They want you to share what you're doing, you know, whatever. So like, for instance, a while ago, I uploaded my picture here. And normally when you upload something on Pinterest, you're normally going from a website. But just real quick, let me just show you. So here, where it says add a pin, you can also upload from your device. Now, there's also, of course, a Pinterest application for the smartphones, and I'm not going to cover that in this video, but more than likely they allow you to take and upload pictures too. But here, for instance, I can choose an image from my hard drive and upload it. So let's just say right here, I want to upload this picture, and I want to put it on my retire screen. And I'm not sure why it's doing this. So I'm going to click the little close there. So now there's another personal picture of me. And you notice I did not put a description on it. It says updated by user, which is me, but I didn't put a description. And now I can come back and click the little pencil there. And even though it didn't come from a website, I can pick a website. And I can put the name of this. This picture was made in San Francisco. If I can spell it, city of San Francisco, California. Okay, so in the future then, if somebody clicks on that, that will take them to my website, retirewithneil.com. So I think that's kind of the overview of what you can do with Pinterest. You can also like other people's pins. You can re-share or repin other people's pins to your boards. And you can build relationships and followers. There's a little trick with marketing that if you go follow other people, there's a certain percentage of them might follow you back, especially if you have similar interests. So like if I was into pyramids, again, just as an example, I could go click other people who are interested in pyramids, and then they might follow me and I might follow them. And then over time, if you follow thousands of people, you're going to build hundreds of followers to you. And then again, if you're going to sell some pyramid product or something, then you have the perfect market to sell it to. It's target marketing. So it's kind of cool. So that is my overview of Pinterest. Try it out, and we'll see you in the next video. At the end of this one, I'll give you a sample of another video that I've done recently. It's something you might want to follow on my channel. I'm doing a whole series of what is and covering various technologies. Most of them are free and available on the internet. So I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you later.